What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, I wanted to go over which character from the ReZero collaboration is going to be the most beneficial for your account. So let's get into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 10k subscribers, and at the time of recording this video, I'm at 8.71k subscribers on the YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications if you want to stay up to date with anything 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross related. And with that out of the way, let's hop into the video. Alright, so one thing I wanted to mention about the 510 update though, before we actually go into the characters that are important, is that we're actually going to be getting 100 diamonds per rotation you do on the ReZero collaboration banner. If you guys don't already know, Netmarble mentioned in the dev note, which I'll actually just pull up here actually. Alright, so in the dev notes right here, Netmarble actually mentioned that we're going to be getting 100 diamonds back per rotation we do on the banner. As you can see, for the second collaboration update, we planned a very special event that gives up back 100 diamonds for every 600 loyalty points earned. We will share more details in the upcoming notices. And as they say in this little notice here, get diamonds back when you reach loyalty 600 points right there. So that, as you guys can see, we're going to be getting 100 diamonds every time you do a rotation on the ReZero banner. Now that you guys know that, it's going to be a little bit more, nice having like, free diamonds like while you're doing summons on the banner, which is, you might as well like take, because we wouldn't have gotten these diamonds if it wasn't for JP having the exact same issue, because they had basically like an issue and they had to start getting diamonds for it, because like the banner was like glitched. But yeah, so they're going to be giving us 100 diamonds per rotation you do on the banner, which is super nice. But with that out of the way, let's actually hop into the main topic of the video. Which units are you going to want to pull for on the Stranger Things collaboration, and which ones are going to be the most beneficial for your account? In my opinion, I have all the characters pulled up here, and the most important one I would say is actually going to be the free-to-play Ram. And the reason for Ram being the most important one, in my opinion, is actually just because of her passive right here. So for her passive, she's going to increase unknown allies' basic stats by 20%. This buff is actually it actually works from the back line and also in the front line. So if you're running Ram on your team and you're running an unknown race team, she's just naturally going to boost the entire team's stats, right? Which I think is probably the most important thing to come out of this collaboration, especially with her being free to play. I definitely think that this is really good, because you're actually boosting any unknown race character that comes out in the future on your team, right? It's just super broken. I think just because Ram has this passive, she's gonna have longevity compared to the other units from the collaboration, and people are gonna want to have her. She's more sought after later on in the game, right? Like, she's just gonna be like, if you weren't here for the ReZero collab, basically, you're kind of at a disadvantage if you're trying to run an unknown race team, which that just goes to show how powerful Ram can be as like a booster for the team. And another thing about her kit as well, she has a stun card, which is really good, obviously, as we've seen from Goddess Elizabeth. And then she also has a Rupture AoE card, which, Rupture is really good as well against the Goddess Elizabeth shield. And then for her ultimate, it's going to be an attack-related stats down card that does 300% of attack, and at 6 out of 6, it does 450% of attack, which is really good, man. So honestly, I'd say the most important unit of the collab is actually going to be the free-to-play Ram. Surprisingly, it is the free-to-play unit, man. Just because they made it like a unit that actually boosts future longevity for the unknown race team. You know what I mean? You're actually able to just like run Ram on any unknown race team in the future, as long as you have a slot set for her, like in the backline, right? So she's just going to be really good. I would say she's the most important collab unit here. If you pull dupes of Ram, do not be mad, because that's more CC for your Ram when running the unknown race team, if you are ever going to run the team. So I definitely recommend, if you guys are pulling on the banner, do not get mad if you pull a Ram, even though she's free to play, because she's going to actually be a really good asset on the unknown race team. The next unit I'm going to say is probably the most, or the second most beneficial from the collaboration, is going to be Amelia. And the reason for Amelia being the second most beneficial is because she is a blue unit, right? That's something to know already. She's a blue unit, and she has freeze. So already, she's going to be really good for Red Demon instantly. Another thing as well is in PvP, she's going to be so broken because of her passive right here. So for her passive, when the hero receives an attack from the same enemy 2 or more times during the enemy's turn, cleanse all debuffs from the allies and freeze the enemy for 2 turns. So she nullifies Assault Mode Meliodas entirely. If you are fighting an Assault Mode Meliodas team, Amelia completely counters it. She also completely counters the Festival King team, because she's actually just like able to just counter basically the Festival King setup, right? If you drop the debuffs and you're doing the poison, bleed, and shock cards, Amelia is actually just gonna freeze you, and you can't do anything about it, right? She's just gonna cleanse all debuffs and just freeze you. So that's really powerful right there. And then another thing to mention as well about Amelia is she has the exact same card as Green Gother, the Dissolve card. The Dissolve card is super broken in PvP right now, because basically how it works is you just use the card, and then it applies Dissolve onto the enemy, and they literally, like, they can never gain ultimate move gauge for that turn and the turn following. So that's just really good, man. And that's why I'm going to say Amelia is probably the second most important in the collaboration if you're going to be pulling for the units. The only thing is about Amelia is that for her to actually be viable in PvP, you have to actually invest like a ton in her cosmetics and her dupes, right? Because it's not going to be like you can just bring her in at, like, you know, the base cosmetics set, because you're going to get LCC'd by a lot of the meta teams in PvP, and you won't actually be able to, you know, abuse her passive enough, because she's just going to die in 2 hits, right? So you have to have cosmetics for her if you're actually going to be running her in PvP. If you just want to have her just to have her, then I definitely recommend getting at least 1 copy of Amelia, which I'm actually going to do as well for myself. But yeah, she's a really good unit, man, and definitely the second most important unit of the collaboration. The third most important unit of the collaboration is actually gonna be Rem. So you would think Rem would be actually a lot higher on, like, in terms of like priority for who you want to get. But the only thing is with Rem is that she's a DPS unit, and the main thing about her being a DPS unit is that there's already Festival Merlin on the Unknown Race team that is a DPS unit, and there isn't really like a need for Rem in the team, right? And another thing too about Rem is that she's red attribute, so she gets cucked by a lot of the blue meta in PvP right now. You have Goss Elizabeth, the one Escanor, Tarmiel, Ludociel. There's a lot of units right now that actually just counter her in, like, as a card, right? Or as a color attribute advantage. And that's the only thing that I would say is like a disadvantage for Rem. But she is going to be really good against the green characters in the meta right now. So that's just something to know. But the thing about Rem is that she actually gets attack-related stats for every time she gains an ultimate move gauge orb. She's going to get 5% attack-related stats up to 5 times, capping out at 25% attack-related stats, and also recovering 30% of max HP if you get to max gauge, which is actually like super broken if you think about it, because if you rush your ultimate, you're going to be getting attack related stats while doing it. You're also going to recover HP if you get low on HP a little bit while rushing your ultimate, which is coinciding together. That's just really good, man. And then this works really well with her amplify skill, because she's going to do damage dealt times 30%, or plus 30% per active buff on self. When she caps out at 5 buffs, she's going to be getting 150% increased damage on the amplify skill. And then for her second skill here, she has the decreased ultimate move damage and restricting ultimate move effects card, which is also a really good card as well, which kind of cucks a lot of the meta. It's been like running like Assault Meliodas, this is going to get cucked, because you actually just cannot rush an ultimate. And then when you're fighting like the one player or a Festival Merlin player that actually just rushing ultimate, you're actually just able to like nullify that completely, right? Really, really good, I would say. So yeah, and then for ultimate, she's gonna have Shatter AoE, which is, you know, as you guys know, if you've used Blue Skinny King back when you know, he was actually meta, this ultimate is disgusting, man. Shatter AoE is very broken. So Rem is going to be the third most important unit of the collaboration, and the last unit, as you guys know from me just saying the first 3, is going to be Beatrice. So she's the one you don't really want to pull, but it's not like too bad if you pull her, because she is just box CC. Another thing too is that she can have her use on the Unknown Race team with Merlin, because Merlin does cap out at 40% damage per card use against her. So what Beatrice can actually do is actually recover the unknown allies' HP by 60% of the amount that she recovers from using her skills. So if she's able to lifesteal a lot from her skills, she's actually just going to heal her team because of that. So I think that might have some utility in PvP, but I don't think she's going to be the most important of the collaboration. She's definitely the weakest of the collab right here. But she's still not a bad unit. Like, if you do pick up Beatrice, she's not a bad pickup, man. It's just free CC for your bucks. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts on who you want to actually prioritize getting from the banner, right? It's kind of important because Ram is going to be really, really important long term, because I feel like she's just going to be more usable in the future compared to the rest of the characters on the banner. Even though she is the free-to-play unit, I still do think that she's gonna have the most usage of the collab. So that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.